Welcome back. It is Saturday, August 3rd in the MLB. Our three best bets are on the way. It is Austin joined by Logan. Let's dive into a recap from yesterday, a 2-3 day. I'll take blame for the losing day. Let's talk about it though. Parlay today, we cashed a fourth straight. We don't technically have one today on Odds Checker, but we have a play that looks very similar to what we've been doing on the parlays of the day. Mariners money line. Hey, Mariners came through. Great call, Logan. My picks all lost by one. We had Ramos to get over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He had a single, leadoff single, couldn't get anything going. Mets first five, team total under 2.5. They scored 3 in the first 5. Then the Rockies, we needed them under 4.5. And the bullpen for the Padres sold. I'd say Ohtani was probably hitting a homer, and of course he did. Just painful 2-3 day. Nothing catastrophic, but we need to be a little bit better. And hopefully we can go 3-0 today, or at least 2-1, and have a winning card on this fine Saturday. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Let's dive into the picks today. And I talked about this yesterday. We're going to run it again today and tomorrow. We're doing a 30-day free trial for the DubClub. So if you've ever been interested in joining, seeing what it looks like, chatting with the community, becoming a little bit more engaged with everyone in there, you certainly can. It's a 30-day free trial. It's the top link in the description. Normally it's $5.99 a month, which is not too expensive. I mean, especially in this economy, as people say. But so you can certainly join. It's a 30-day free trial. If you don't like it, like I said, if you ever wanted to join, now's the time, because it's no harm, no foul. If you don't like it, just cancel your auto renewal and you won't be charged for anything. So definitely check it out. Top link in the description for a 30-day free trial of the DubClub and see if you like it. You'll certainly see Logan and I interacting in there. But Logan, tossing it to you. You had another great call with the Mariners money line yesterday. Where are you going today?
Yeah, this one might be a little bit of deja vu. I'm taking the Mariners on the money line once again. Minus 122 odds on FanDuel is your best value. I liked it so much. I love that 10-2 win that I had to run it back. But realistically, I told Austin even before the series started yesterday, I said there's a good chance I might be on the Mariners in all 3 games of the series because I think they win the game. I think they win this series at bare minimum 2-1. Could they 3-0 sweep the Phillies? Sure. We'll see about that. But let's take it game by game and let's talk about who's the series. It's still a terrible series for the Phillies. Their offense is struggling and their pitching is just outmatched in this series. And it starts with Bryce Miller with the Mariners. He's a really good arm. 3.46 ERA and a 1.03 WHIP. Like Brian Wu yesterday, Bryce Miller is giving them quality start after quality start. Mostly 2 earned runs. You look at his game logs, they're mostly 2 earned runs, and most of them are 6 innings pitched. It classifies as a quality start. Miller has a 1.88 ERA at home compared to a 5.37 on the road. Great thing for us is he's pitching at home in Seattle today. I really do like Bryce Miller. I think he's one of the more talented young pitchers that not a whole lot of people seem to talk about. Miller is tough on lefties and on righties. 217 batting average allowed to righties and a 215 to lefties. Very important because the Phillies, we know they stack several lefties, especially in that top half of the order. And then we know they have some good righties like Turner, Bohm, and the lefties, Schwarber, Harper, Stock, guys like that. If you can get out both sides of the plate, you're going to be in really good business, especially against the Phillies offense that is flat out struggling. Over the last 14 days for the Phillies against right-handed pitching, 26th in batting average, 27th in OPS, and 27th in WRC+. Look, when the Phillies bats are cold, you fade them. I said this yesterday in my exact analysis. I said, until they really show me, hey, we're back, guys, I cannot take them. I actually just want to flat out fade them because the books always put some line respect on the Phillies just because, they got the star power. But look, Harper and Turner both hitless yesterday. If those guys are not producing, I don't care what you want to say. I'll take the opponent 10 out of 10 times, and that's what I'm doing once again here with the Mariners. And they face Orion Kerkering starting for the Phillies, 2.21 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP. Orion Kerkering is just going to be the opener in this one, likely just to go 1 innings pitched. I'd be shocked if he went much deeper than that. But who's supposed to follow him is going to be Kobe Allard. And how long Allard goes into this game, no idea. I mean, he's probably going to be like a bulk reliever type role. And I've faded Kobe Allard over the course of his career, actually. I do not think he's a good pitcher. Not really sure why the Phillies see a middle relief role for him. Doesn't matter. I want to fade him. And the Phillies bullpen is still not in good form. The guys all following him, I fear none of them. Truly, as a Phillies fan, you guys know, I put my bias aside and I'm like, I do not fear any Phillies bullpen arm coming out of that bullpen. Over the last 14 days versus right-handed pitching, Seattle 19th in batting average, 8th in OPS, 7th in WRC+. They start with a righty, that's fine. There's going to be lefties, righties, all in this matchup. the Mariners are fine as an offense. They are finally starting to heat up. What we saw yesterday was the Mariners that I was hoping to back. I mentioned Justin Turner, great addition to this lineup. Yeah, he had a grand slam yesterday. Rayleigh homered. I think they're starting to finally figure it out because, it takes some time for some of these teams to gel. And over the last month, I mentioned Seattle had a 178 batting average at home in the month of July. I said, well, now the calendar flips, it's August. It's time for them to turn things around. Yesterday started the best way possible. You put up 10 runs. That's a great start. I think they continue that momentum once again today against the Phillies, pretty much bullpen type game. I don't fear any of those guys. And over the last 14 days, let's talk about bullpens. Phillies 23rd in bullpen ERA at a 5.13. Mariners 21st at a 5.06. Mariners bullpen had a few really bad outings in there, especially like in Boston. Okay, I give them that. That kind of skewed the stats a little bit. But I still would take, any day of the week, I would take the Mariners bullpen over the Phillies bullpen. Any of those guys, match them up head to head, Alvarado, whatever. They scored on Alvarado yesterday. Don't fear them. I love the Mariners today. I love their starting pitching, their bats, and their bullpen. When they checks all three boxes, you're once again on my list of best bet today. I love that one. But Austin, where are you going for your best bet?
Yeah, as I talked about at the beginning of the show, we don't have a parlay of the day, but we do have a pick right now that I'm going to talk about that. It's basically very similar to what we've been doing on the parlays of the day, although our streak for 4 straight, we're still going to count that for next week. So when I put out a clickbaity type tweet going for 5 straight, better not yell at me. But let's hopefully hit another one. Why not? Let's cash another parlay. Let's talk about this one. Hopefully you can read the screen because we got Blue Jays and Yankees, both teams to score 1 or more runs in the first 5 innings, parlayed with Orioles and Guardians, both to score 1+ runs in the first 5. Currently plus 102 on BetMGM and minus 103 on DraftKings. So these are the 2 books that offer this market. And I am not surprised FanDuel doesn't offer the market because I think it's just a hard one to price. But we've been having great success all week long with this market. And I mean, we just have to target matchups that we really like for both teams. I mean, when you just think about it, at the end of the day, scoring 1 run in 5 innings, it's hard not to do that. I mean, sure, you could get a masterclass from a pitcher, but if you target the right pitchers that, are consistently giving up at least 1 or 2 runs in their starts and have an occasional 5 or 6, you feel pretty good. Now, if you're on FanDuel, I don't really have a great pivot. Get a DraftKings or BetMGM account. And I think this is a really good play. We'll start in the earliest game, though, which is in New York. We have Carlos Rodon taking on the Jays. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth into each single matchup, but this will be his 3rd time facing the Jays. The previous 2, he gave up 3 and then 8 earned runs just a few weeks ago. And Carlos Rodon has now allowed 1 home run or more in 7 straight starts. He could pitch really well today. 1 mistake pitch in Yankee Stadium, the short porch. One of those Jays will do something with it and send it into the bleachers. So I'm confident they can get it done. Last 2 weeks or so against lefties, Toronto's about middle of the pack. They got a bunch of talented guys in there. They just faced Andrew Heaney, scored 4 on him. Cade Povich, they scored 3, but earned runs, 6 regular, unearned. So I am confident they'll get it done against him. And then we need the Yankees to also score against Jose Barrios. Barrios has not been great this season, let's be honest. His first start against the Yankees actually pitched well, 2 earned runs. That was when the Yankees were slumping, but he's been bad on the road. His last 4 road starts, 3, 5, 4, and 5 earned runs. His earned runs line is 3.5. Yankees have been, a top 2, top 3, 4 offensive unit against, in pretty every single metric against righties. 1 mistake pitch by Barrios. Yankees will put that into the seats. I'm confident those teams get us started early with those runs there. And then we move to Cleveland, where we're going to need some runs from the Orioles and the Guardians. Now, Joey Cantillo will start against the O's today. The lefty has only made 1 career start. It was 3 in the 3rd and 3 earned runs, the Phillies last Sunday. Now, the Phillies have been much better against lefties than righties, but still not an offense that's been scorching out, and he couldn't do much with them. If you look at his minor league stats, he was about a 4-something ERA with a 1.5 whip. It's a pretty high whip. Baltimore hasn't been as great against left-handed pitchers recently, but if you go to the full season, been a really good unit against lefties. I'm confident they can do something against a guy making his 2nd career start. Look, the O's have a lot of power in that lineup, and Cleveland isn't, the pitcher-friendly ballpark isn't a very hitter-friendly ballpark, but pretty medium. So I'm confident that the O's can get at least 1 run against Joey Cantillo, if not more. And then Zach Eflin will start for the O's. We need the Guardians to score. Look, we know Eflin, and the Guardians know him. He's going to throw strikes. This guy, his walk line is 0.5. So, look, they don't expect him to walk a lot of guys. He's given up 1 or more earned runs in 14 of his last 15. He also struggles on the road. At home, a 2.5 ERA. On the road, 5.32. Guardians have been fine finally starting to figure things out against right-handed pitching. We're really bad end of June into July, August, maybe a new month. They're starting to figure things out. They haven't seen Eflin this year. They don't see him a ton. Last year they did 3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 earned runs. Look, Guardians have been getting the timely hits. This is what they do. They put the ball in play, and when you do that against a guy like Eflin, probably have good success. So I think all these 4 teams all score a run or more in the first 5 innings. I love this parlay at plus 102. This is kind of what we've been doing with the parlays today, and hopefully you guys have been making monies with us. If you noticed yesterday, DraftKings didn't even have the market up for first 5, both to score 1+ runs. I had to yell at them on Twitter, and I don't know if I was the cause, but they finally put it up within an hour after my tweet at them asking where it was. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take that power. So let's have a great day and cash that parlay. But we need a third pick, and Logan doesn't have another one. I don't have another one. I think there's a good place we can go. That's Nerfy Nation time, Logan, baby. Come on, get the rock music going and the flags out. We got a Nerfy today. We don't do these often, but Nerfy Nation is out. If you've been betting Nerfies over the last week or 2 weeks, oh man, you are getting cooked. But hopefully today is a Nerfy day, at least for the one place we are going. And it shouldn't be a surprise. We need this guy to step up for us. We're heading out to Minnesota. We're taking the White Sox and Twins. No run first inning, currently minus 130 on Bet365. Again, we'd probably play it to about minus 140. If you just want to tail the community, you can maybe play 145 or so. I'm going to start with Bailey Ober. Now, has he been the best Nerfy pitcher? Not necessarily. 12-7. I believe he's 1-1 against the White Sox. But the White Sox obviously traded away Tommy Pham, a guy that was pretty annoying in the first inning. Now they got Miguel Vargas batting leadoff. That's what he did yesterday. Yeah, no thanks. The White Sox, you've talked to him before. 30th in first inning runs. At the end of the day, if they score in the first inning, you tip the cap. You say, you know what? Whatever, Bailey Ober, we're never backing you again. But at home, where he pitches a lot better, has much better metrics, I think Bailey Ober can get us 3 outs against the lousy White Sox. Not asking for much, just 3 outs, and then you can absolutely implode and give the White Sox their first win in 3 years. They can get us those first 3 outs. Who's going to pitch for the White Sox today, Logan? And he absolutely owes us money because he sold us a few times this year.
Yeah, you know what? It's Garrett Crochet starting for the White Sox. Crochet 19-3 on Nerfies. He's 2-0 against this Twins team. He's seen them before. He's faced them before, and he's Nerfied before. Now, what you mentioned, yes, Crochet has sold us a few times. I swear, 2 of his 3 losses, I know for a fact we've been on them. So it's just one of those things that we're gonna play percentages. When you're 19-3, I think you're due a win. Crochet, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Sandy Alcantara from years past. Sandy was our Nerfy GOAT. He had a great Nerfy record, and he had a terrible offense behind him. And in that case, that's kind of the recipe for a Nerfy. The Twins that he's facing, they're 14th in first inning runs, about middle of the pack. That's what the Twins do. They score every now and then, but it's up to Garrett Crochet to go out and show why so many teams kind of wanted to trade for him. And, prove your value of why you are valuable to us in the first inning. Nerfy Nation, rare edition. Let's fly the flags. Let's cash this one.
Let's fly the flags. Let's play the rock music one more time. We don't need to play it too often. Let's fly these flags, baby. That's our favorite Nerfy. Hopefully the trade deadline has passed and he's no longer nervous. Mr. Crochet can get us those 3 outs. Bailey Ober, 3 outs, 6 outs. Let's cash out that Nerfy. Those are our 3 favorite picks of the day. Not going to force anything else on a Saturday slate. Y'all have a wonderful day. Logan and I will be back again tomorrow with some more picks and hopefully with the brooms out. See you guys then. Peace.